Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and good news, there is an awesome event going on in Arena right now. You only have about 24 hours to complete it, so please do jump in on it. It's the standard Artisan event. You might be thinking, what's Artisan? Well, usually it's a word that they tack on to fancy breads so that dumbass hipsters pay triple for them. But in this case, it's actually just Super Pauper. It's what Pauper should be in the context of standard. So Pauper, of course, is a format where you can only use commons. Artisan is commons and uncommons, with no mythics, no rares allowed. And honestly, that's the way it should be, just due to the restricted card pool, because regular Pauper is eternal. It goes all the way back to Alpha. You can use any common ever printed in the history of the game. So there are some very powerful, very broken cards that are for some reason in the common slot that were printed, in the last, 100 sets to come out or whatever. But in standard, boy, the last couple Pauper events were rough. You basically just took whatever deck archetype was super obvious or whatever tribal was super obvious and then just built whatever had the most common support. So people were playing like the same two decks, and yeah, they got really boring. Even with like 7 or 8 sets legal, it was just dull. I mean, there was no creativity, and whatever you tried to get to work, you just couldn't even get to 60. It was just not going to happen. So this is so much better because you're almost doubling the card pool. I mean, this is just fantastic. And it really suppresses broken, overpowered decks because, well, usually you need rares and mythics to do it, but also the mana fixing is non-existent. You're down to like Guild Gates and Evolving Wilds. I mean, that's just about it. So that said, there are some really, really good uncommons. So if you can find a couple you like and build a deck around it, or do kind of like you did for Pauper, except you'll find a lot more options where it's, I want to go fairies, I want to go cats, I want to go knights, I want to go merfolk. You'll probably be able to do it. Now, you won't get to run the best of, but that's the point. So it's a lot more low-powered fun Magic. I wouldn't call it a particularly perfect format. I'll show you some gameplay examples of why that is in a second, but this is just so much better than standard right now. I mean, that's what it comes down to. This is so much better than the state of standard constructed. It's not even funny. So in this event, you can win 5 card styles. I think you get the card. Oh no, you just get the card style. Cool. But it's a Brazen Borrower, which is great. Giant Killer, fantastic card. Order of Midnight, great. Beanstalk Giant, love it. And Merchant of whatever that says. What is this? Merchant of the Veil. Cool. I've never heard of that card. But hey, that's the 1 win reward. So it is some amount of gems, I think 500, otherwise 2,500 coins, which is hard to get in one day. So some people, if they left it until today, might be in trouble. Unless they play like tomorrow morning, I guess. I think you have until midday tomorrow to finish it, Central Time. But if you can get in on it, I would highly recommend doing it because it's just so much better than standard. Like, I would prefer to keep playing this than play against Oko over and over and over and Red Rush Cavalcade BS. No thanks. The question is, though, what decks are out there? Well, I played against a very, very, very high variety of things. I think every single game, which I believe I won 5, lost 3, so I went up against 8 different decks. I literally went up against 8 different decks. I mean, some of them were different spins on things. I think I went, Knights are popular, so I went against White-Red Knights that wasn't absolutely dedicated to Knight Tribal. I went up against Black-White Knights. That was very popular. Selesnya Flood. Went over Token Flood. That's a good one, especially with the Legion Guild Mages in there. Definitely went up against a virtual mirror match of my deck, which is, of course, Life You to Death Junior, I guess we'll call it. I just named it Artisan, but basically here is the deck. There's one more thing I should show you first, though. Banned in this format, oh my gosh, they finally got a clue. It's Persistent Petitioners, the stupid mill card that you can run as many as you want in the deck. Yeah, good riddance. Cauldron Familiar. Well, duh, that combo's broken. No thanks, we don't want that in this stupid format. Cavalcade of Calamity. Really? Now, who would ever not want that in their game? And then Gates Ablaze, because at this point, aren't we all sick of Gates decks? Seriously, I still play against them occasionally. They can still go straight back to hell. I hate those decks. And honestly, Gates Ablaze is the problem. So those are gone. Now, I have had people try to mill me out, but don't try it. First of all, your games are going to go too long and mill players are assholes, but also it's not going to work. The support isn't there. The best mill cards are above uncommon. So anyway, here is the deck that I'm playing with. Feel free to copy it just to get the event done. It's nothing special, but I would also recommend build your own deck because this is your opportunity to build something fun and interesting that you like and actually be able to win with it because there's not broken crap getting in your way. As long as you build something halfway decent, you stand a very high chance of winning with it, and that goes double if you outplay your opponent. And remember, this isn't a ranked format, so you could be going up against people that are technically in the Bronze League. So yeah, outplaying them, that's a distinct possibility. So I've got Arrestor's Zeal, that's just boost ambush. I mean, it's the flying 2, which is hilarious. Healer's Hawk, lifelink in the air. Take Heart, which is boost plus life gain. Then we got Vampire of the Dire Moon, which is Death Touch lifelink. Johnny's Primate, which is the backbone of the whole deck. Every time you gain life, put a counter on it. Prison Realm, because why not? If I can't run rares, I might as well run more removal. And then Bloodthirsty Aerialist, which is just flying in Johnny's Primate. And then we've got more removal, Exile, love it. And Gideon's Company, which is another of Johnny's Primate, basically. And Twin Blade Paladin, which is basically another Johnny's Primate. This one's a little different, though. I might just run 4 Gideon's Company. I never like this if I can't completely guarantee that I'll get to 25. But I don't know. This deck is highly defensive, so you might. I mean, I've had it work. Then we got Revenge of Ravens. I love this card. I might honestly just drop Twin Blade and go with 4 of these, because a lot of people are playing Fairy Token Dump and Selesnya Token Dump, and honestly, Red Goblin tokens, I would assume. I haven't played up against it yet, but I can't imagine why I haven't played up against it yet. Who wouldn't build that? But yeah, this, if they want to win the game with 1/1s, you drop this in and they just won't. It's that simple. They cannot win the game. So yeah, running more of these might be cool. And if anybody's like me, let's see, I have 209 uncommon wild cards, and I gave Wizards a grand total of about $25 ever. So you can probably build whatever deck list you find online, or whatever deck list comes to mind, whatever one you think you might be able to build. Don't sweat, the wild cards, because you probably have a lot of them. And by the way, finally I got 15/15 rare and mythic. Jeez, I've been opening packs like crazy. And then for the mana, I just went 2 Idyllic, which is very optional. Plain Swamps, yay. Guildgate, Scoured Barrens, which is life gain though, which is hilarious. And then 4 Evolving Wilds for a total of 22 lands. I thought I went higher than that. I guess I didn't. That's kind of weird. Huh. Well, you do need to get to 4, and 22 is the right number to do that, but because of the way that the shuffler prioritizes land keeps, I think it still prioritizes a 2 land over a 3 land, which is bad because then you're 2 away from 4, while only being 4 turns away from it, which is 4 card draws, which is typically not enough. But you don't absolutely need the 4s to win. You could win within a Johnny's Primate, but this isn't as blitzy as the rare version. So that said, though, this is almost as good as the original that had the rares and mythics intact, so it's definitely playable. So let's cut to some hilarious gameplay that doesn't really represent anything. I mean, I don't need to show you how this deck works. It's obvious as hell, and you guys have seen it, but I just want to show off some gameplay that was pretty funny. So check this out. All right, we're joining 40-ish turns into the game. He has, I believe that's 42 fairy tokens plus 4 that don't have haste, 14 servos, I believe those are, 4 spectrals, and 2 crackling drakes. Fantastic. Unfortunately, I've got my aerialists out, so that is absolute drake slayers right there. He double loops Saheeli. Very clever. But the reason he hasn't won yet is because 1, I have 37 life, and 2, Revenge of Ravens, or whatever the hell that card is. I'm watching this in Premier Draft mode, so I can't read any of this really, but yeah, he's actually turning as many of his tokens as possible into Crackling Drakes, which I did not see coming, and now I'm actually a little bit worried. But then I'm thinking, okay, why is he even bothering with those fairy tokens? Because I'm going to heal 1 for every 1. I could literally just let them through, and that's a 0. He's just hitting himself. And I'm actually hoping he did the math wrong. Don't know how many are on the stack here, but it turns out no. So unfortunately, he stops at 1. I guess he just did it because he knew he couldn't win. But yeah, I have 3 blockers, and he doesn't have trample, and I don't have trample. If either of us had trample, this would have been done a while ago. Unfortunately, it wasn't. This game went on for almost an hour, so that's nice. Also, he was really playing slow. But yeah, this fairy dump crap was very popular, unfortunately. I saw a couple people playing it, actually. But it doesn't work if you have Revenge of Ravens. So, or any kind of sweeper, any kind of, -1, -2 sweeper, any of that. So it's very defeatable. But yeah, Crackling Drake, he had Saheeli, he had some good cards. I mean, this is a good deck. He's definitely got the card advantage. But I mean, he'd lose to Mill, that's for sure. So, it's not the end all deck. I'm not saying it's better than mine. Plus, hello, I won. But yeah, there's not much he can do because he didn't have enough removal that was big. And I think in those colors, yeah, good luck. So he didn't even get close. I'm still at 25. So after he got up and left for a minute and then came back, remember I speed up this gameplay, he finally forfeits, realizes that I got him. So yeah, so that's it. Now you might be thinking, but you wouldn't have won on the counter swing. What the hell? Why did he forfeit? He had one card left in his library. That's why. Oh boy, hard to win that way, I'll tell you that. So yeah, that was some terrible gameplay, but I guess it just goes to show my deck wins in the end, I guess. I don't know what the point of that was. I just thought it was funny. One single enchantment that he couldn't get rid of was holding off his entire army. So, I love that card. I love it. It's so great. So go play Artisan. It is freaking awesome. It's everything standard should be. Yeah, you're probably going to run some uncomfortably unpowerful decks, but once you get used to a little bit lower powered Magic, it's like playing standard again, like it was a couple years ago, instead of playing modern, which is basically what we're doing right now in standard. And you guys know mid-level, mid-power Magic is my jam. I love it because it's careful, it's tactical, it's slower, and it really amplifies the person making the best decisions wins, not the person who went first or is running the best deck. Well, not even best, like most oppressive, broken, and impossible to beat deck. So I hope they make these Artisan tournaments a regular thing, or just make it a regular format on Arena. I mean, if they get enough good feedback, they might roll it out. I mean, legit. For all I know, you can actually select an Artisan deck and go to the unranked play, and it'll only put you up against Artisan people. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Works for Historic. I think that works for Brawl. So, yeah. I mean, go tell Wizards, hey, Artisan is awesome. Rares and Mythics can suck it, and you need to do more with this format, and this is very enjoyable. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.